All right, welcome into the last Market Day Report segment. I'm Scott Shellady, otherwise known as the Cow Guy. Thank you very much for tuning us in. We like it when you take us with you, whether you're in the barn, the shop, the garage, or we'll even take the office. And now maybe a little bit later you can do the tavern. But you know what? You're going to stick around after the show's over here because at the top of this hour, 1 Central, 2 Eastern, we've got the Cow Guy close, working on it all day. We had a great editorial meeting here this morning. We got 3 fantastic guests. We love the show. We're having a great time. Hopefully you are too. Again, that's going to be at 1 Central, 2 Eastern, top of the hour. We want to see you there. Now, I know it's a busy time of year, so sometimes you have to scoot and you can't really see the show. So that's why we put it on the radio again a little bit later today. That's Rural Radio, Sirius XM Channel 147. We put it on at 5 Central, 6 Eastern this afternoon. And if you miss that because it's dinner time, which I get, but we put it on late at night again for the night owls at 2 a.m. Central, 3 a.m. Eastern. So there's 2 places to listen to it, and we've got 1 place to watch it, and that's going to be just after the show, again, top of the hour, 1 Central, 2 Eastern, the Cow Guy close. All right, let's take a look at some of these prices. We'll get to our guest analyst. We'll see. You don't want to eat all this time up. Let's take a look and see what we've got going on. In corn up 6 cents here in Dees, 4.15 is last, a penny off the highs there. That's let's go to soybeans. 8 3/4 cents better at 9.89 3/4 is last in Nove. That's well off the highs. We just came off about 3 or 4 cents since I last visited. 8 3/4 cents better in the Jan. 9.98 is last there, about 5 1/4 cents off the highs there as well. So that's beans. Let's move on to the wheat in Chicago. Chicago wheat. That's come back off a little bit too. 3 3/4 cents better now in Dees. 5.76 is last. 2 3/4 cents off the highs. March is 3.5 cents better to 5.95 3/4. Now 5.96 1/4. 2 cents off the highs there. All right. So we're up anywhere between 2 3/4 and 4 cents in Chicago wheat. Hard red in Kansas City, that's going to be up 4 1/4 cents to 5.86 That's Dees. March is up 3 1/4 cents. Trying to hang on to it. 6 handle, $6.25 last right now. Let's move to the spring wheat after the hard red. This is spring wheat in Minneapolis. That's up 2 1/4 cents to 6.16 1/4. 3 1/4 cents off the high there. March is a penny and 3/4 cents better to 6.37 3/4. That was spring wheat. We'll get a quick peek at cotton. Get to our guest analyst. That's just up 3 points in Dees. 72.23. Let's bring him in. Ted Seifried, Zaner MarketCast. Ted, I don't know about you, but we just tailed off a couple 3 cents here across the board. What's going on?
Yeah, I don't know. You get the feeling that with it being the time of year, you might have had a little harvest pressure happen here just towards the end of the session. But, what a difference a week makes or even just a weekend, right? I mean, look at the strength that we've seen, especially in corn just here the last couple of days. You had the big outside reversal higher day yesterday. You've got follow through today. You're challenging some major moving averages in the form of the 20 and the 50-day moving average, which also means you're challenging this short-term downtrend line that we've been in. And it makes you kind of wonder, now that we're close to 70% harvested in corn, if, hey, are we moving past this, seasonal harvest pressure? Are we in a position to see a little bit of a bounce into the end of the calendar year? Or is this November option expiration? Now, that would be a bigger factor for soybeans, and soybeans have bounced off their lows from Friday as well, but they had the bigger down day on Friday. So to this point, we've really just taken back Friday's losses over the course of the last 2 days. And I don't know, you just don't have that quite the same look on soybeans. And as you said, we're well off the highs on soybeans. So very interesting start to the week. How do we finish the week? That is the big question. Is this something that is just a bit of a head fake here these 2 days? Or is this the fabled and much anticipated harvest lows that everybody is looking for? So I don't think we have solid answers for those questions just yet. But this is a step in the right direction for that.
Yeah.
And you wonder, is this going to cause fund short covering? Is it going to cause the funds to want to go long at some point? And I'm not so sure about that. But either way, it has, certainly caught the attention of the trade.
Yeah, I had another social media, somebody DM me during the day here, but 24,000 of these July $4.55 call spreads. I don't know if you saw that go through corn. I mean, that's going to be, the hedging of that's going to cause the market to rally a little bit too, right?
Yeah, and that happens at this time of year, usually, right? I mean, generally speaking, when we're trying to pick out harvest lows, there's some savvy trader or hedger or, who knows, maybe commercial, that's going to go out into July when we typically are hitting our highs and try to pick out a call spread, like try to pick the low on the price of that sort of thing. It's the time to be doing that. It could be looked at as bottom picking, and I think that's just the time of year we're in.
Yeah. Just thought I'd bring it up. It's interesting. All right, great stuff as usual. Thank you very much. Stick around. We're going to go away. We're going to pay some bills. We're going to come back and talk more with Ted Seifried, Zaner MarketCast in Chicago. We'll be right back. All right, here we go. This is the last time we get to see some of these livestock prices, and brought to you by a guy in a livestock jacket. All right, how about that? Let's take a look and see what's going on in live cattle. I pulled that one up before we went to air here. $1.40 better there. Deese trades at 188.25. We've had a $1.47 range. We're up $1.42. That's not too bad, I guess, right? We're at 188.25, which is 22 cents off the high. Feb's up $1.40. 189.02 is last there. That's live cattle. What's going on in the feeders? Feeder cattle, that says $2.37 better, and that Nove contract, 248.97 is last. That's just 12 cents off the highs, folks. Jan's up $1.82 to 246.07. Feeders doing pretty good on their own as well. Finally, lean hogs up 80 cents up front. That's Deese, 79.07 is last there. And that's to 37 cents off the high of the day. 50 cents better in the Feb to 82.75. Let's bring him back in to critics' acclaim, Mr. Ted Seifried, Zaner MarketCast. Ted, anything jump out of you there?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, why would you want to get livestock prices from anybody else that isn't wearing a livestock jacket?
Right.
Absolutely the way to get your livestock quotes. But hey, speaking of livestock, aren't we having a good old party in the in the livestock pits, or what used to be? But look at this. I mean, you've got December live cattle challenging the October highs, but that is to say the highest levels that we have since like August, really. And you've got a lot of topping here, but we don't seem to want to pull back from it, and that is really impressive. Feeder cattle leading the way. I mean, big gains in the feeder cattle and up over the 50-day moving average after we had kind of pulled back from it. That's a good look on a chart as well. And then you've got December hogs really kind of streaking into new recent highs. So all the way around, you look at the live cattle or livestock board, and it looks pretty friendly. It looks like your speculators are wanting to get in. You've got open interest increasing. The funds want to be long. So, I don't know if I want to get in front of that. I do think that we are at price levels that producers should be looking at protecting the downside.
Absolutely.
Sell everything. I'm saying, setting floor, something like that.
Yep.
I have my concerns about the economy. So on and so forth.
I agree.
But look, you've got good upside momentum right now.
I'm on board with you. Absolutely. I mean, it's time to buy some fire insurance. You don't want there to be a fire, but you just got to make sure you got yourself covered there. Appreciate you coming on. Thank you very much, Ted. Ted Seifried, Zaner MarketCast. He knows what he's talking about. Bring it back here to Nashville. Almost said Chicago. Don't know why, but
I don't know why either.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Scott Shellady at the desk here in Nashville.
Yeah.
Cow Guy Close coming up at the top of the hour. Thanks, Scott.
All righty.